Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the Beneficent and the Merciful. Welcome to our talk over the topic Quality Time Management via 12 Keys of Success. I am really grateful to you. You may have patiently listened the first talk last week over this topic. Very briefly, repeating for the newcomer, for the new listener, that in the first talk we started with 3 quotations of Hazrat Ali ibn Abi Talib. Then we read out all the 12 keys of success, and you may have also looked at the screen also. Then we started explaining the first key, the master key of success, that is purpose. If you ask anybody in the world, what do you want? He will say, I want to be successful. Everybody wants to be successful. We also want to be successful, but we do not want to be successful only in this world. We want to be successful hereafter also, in the graveyard also, in the bridge of Sirat also. We want to know such action that we may not have to cross the bridge of Sirat, but we may fly over bridge of Sirat. We also want to be successful in paradise. No, inshallah, we will desire, we are anxious to have the top class in paradise, and we will be in the neighborhood of 14 Masumin, inshallah. Last week I have already conveyed you 3 quotations. Let us today listen to 2 quotations of Hazrat Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Our Imam says that intelligent is one who first think then speak, and the foolish is one who first speak then think. Very small quotations of our Imam, but very practicable. I am not telling you the exact translation, but an explanation. Those who are not well, those who are ill, very practical quotations of our Imam. Our Imam says that, Hazrat Ali ibn Abi Talib says that, whenever you are ill, act hopefully, behave hopefully, act hopefully as if you are okay. Okay, you are taking the medicines, you are doing the treatment, but in this way your willpower will increase, and whenever you assume it, you behave it, you talk it as if you are okay, as if you are ill, as if you are well, then you will become well very quickly. Kindly recite Salawat, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. And then last week we discussed about how to frame the excellent mission of our life, not of our life, but of our remaining life. And then I convey to you that Allah is very merciful to have noble intention. Allah will bless you and will reward you to the extent that Allah will tell to the angels, write down in his deed of action. Now, if you want to frame the mission of your remaining life, then why not frame a very powerful mission, a challenging mission, a proactive mission along with a time framework. Stephen Covey in his book 7 habits of highly effective people have divided the mankind into two. There are people who are reactive. My friends are not good. My relatives are not good. My boss are not good. The government is not good. Husband, my wife is not good. Wife, my husband is not good. Father, my children are not good. Children, my parents are not good. All are not good, but I am good. And there are people who are proactive. They take it as a challenge. They accept it as a challenge. Okay, if my friend is not good, I am going to become a good friend. Okay, for husband, if my wife is not good, I am going to become a good husband. For wife, if my husband is not good, I am going to become a good wife. Children, if my parents are not good, I am going to become an obedient child. Parents, if our children are not good, let us be a taking care fathers, parents. So they take it as a challenge. They take the responsibility. You repeat with me with the words, I am responsible. Please say with me wherever you are listening to me. At any place you are listening to me, say with me, I am responsible. Yani people take the responsibility that I am responsible. You know the word responsibility, the ability to respond. Stephen Covey explained that between stimulus and between response, you are having a freedom of choice. It is your choice how you are going to react, that is your choice. Psychologists say that situations are never bad. It is your reaction with the situation that makes you happy or unhappy. They give an example that suppose a building is on fire. All the tenants have come down and they are looking at the building on fire. Now let us read the face of all the people. One may have an abrupt heart attack. I earn so much, all is going. One half heart attack, startled, cannot say anything, just looking at the fire. Another one weeping, I earned lot, I made a good drawing room, good furniture, everything is going on fire. Another saying nothing. Another happy, mild smiling. People ask, what are you doing? You are smiling, your building is on fire and you are smiling. You are not weeping, you are not shocked. Then he replies, I am thankful to God that my life is saved. Okay, the property is going, no problem, I will earn later on. But I am thankful to my Almighty Allah, my God, that my life is saved. And one more proactive, he says, okay, I am thankful to God, my life is saved. Let us come out and save another life. So you see, the event is one, that the building is on fire, but the reactions are different. So how you are going to react? If you want to react proactive, you will feel challenge, you will feel a happiness. So for the remaining life purpose, have a proactive, a challenging mission of your remaining life. And for that, you must know in very clear terms that how much time is available with you. Because the secret of all successful people, is this, that they were good time managers. All successful people were good time managers. So, if you want to become a good time manager, you must know how much time is available with you. What is the average life nowadays? What do you think? What is the average life nowadays? Some may say 50 years, some may say 60 years, some may say 70 years. Okay, by kullu nafsin jaikatul maut, we have to be ever ready to test the test of death, but only for planning purpose. We should calculate how much time is available with us, how much is the time in remaining life. I undertook a training program in State Life Insurance Corporation of Pakistan, and I asked this question, what is the average life? So they said, we will reply you correctly, because we have taken a statistic of all Pakistan, because we should have the budget and the amount, and we should know at what age people are being transferred to the new world. I mean to say they die. So they came out with a survey that 55 years is the average life. And when I undertook a training program in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, and in Tehran, Bime Dana, Bime Markazi, Iran, Bime Asia, they all replied that we are having 60 years of average life. So wherever you are, consider what is the average life, and then out of the average life minus how old are you today, how old are you today. Then when you are very good in calculation, when you will minus out of the average life, suppose the average life is 60 years and you are 40 years now, that means 20 years time is available for you. That 20 years is also not sure by kullu nafsin jaikatul maut, but only let us calculate that how much time is available with you when you can work about with full health, with wealthy. There may not a time may come when you will become old and you will say, I am a heart patient, I am a TB patient, my legs are having pain. Alas, I may have worked when I was young and healthy. Before that my time come, take the maximum, optimum level, quality level of your time. So when you minus, how old are you? You are 40 years. Out of the average life, you will get expected life period of you. But let me ask you a honest question. An honest question. Do you think, are you working for 24 hours? No, we are not working for 20 hours. At least 1/3 of the time, either we are out of the 24 hours, we are asleep, sleeping, or looking at TV or in other tasks. That means at least 1/3 time we are not actually working. So whatever is your expected life period, you must calculate the 1/3 of it and minus that in order to know the net time available with you, expected life, where you can robustly work upon. So if average life is in your country is 60 years and you are 40 years, that means 20 years is your expected life period, and 1/3 is you should deduct 7 years. That means now you have 13 years where you can work robustly, actively, with all your willpower. And now you frame the mission of your remaining life of 13 years. Make tonight and the most memorable time of your life, the most motivating time of your life, the most memorable time of your life, when tonight you will work upon my mission in my remaining life of 13 years. Write down with your own pen in your own diary, because psychologists say writing is a commitment. Write an essay, whatever you think, that my mission in my remaining life, and make a list of all your noble intentions. And if you do this tonight, I say you excellent, well done. You have taken a first step toward success. You have taken a first step toward success. You have taken a bold step toward success, because writing is a commitment, and then it will become your powerhouse. It will become your petrol. Whenever you start the day, first of all, read your purpose. And whenever new things come up, refine your purpose. Refine your purpose. And whenever you reread your mission of your remaining life daily, and when new things come up, polish it, refine it, weekly read it, monthly read it, and refine your, that will become your powerhouse, petrol. You will get motivated. You will not drift away from here to there. You will be focused on your mission, on your big mission, and you will not be drifted. If somebody say you something bad, you will not bind it, because you are focused on your noble mission. May God bless you. Make tonight, kindly take out 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and tonight give me the commitment by reciting Salawat that you will give 10 minutes to write down your mission of your remaining life. All the big multinational companies are having their purpose statement, mission statement in the reception hall. So whenever an employee enters, the employee reads the mission statement, a proactive mission. That mission should be framed by family. Family should sit down, make a mission of the family, and put the family mission in the courtyard, in the entrance room, so that all members of the family look at the mission. So try to draft a proactive mission of your remaining life. I will like to take you into confidence. You have patiently listened to me in spite of the fact that my pronunciation are not good. I also had a proactive mission of my remaining life. Let me take you into confidence. I am today 56 years old. 50 years ago, at the age of 6 years, unfortunately I lost my hearing power in my both the ears. And I was just going to school and coming back, but was not listening anything. I was just like a village boy. My pronunciation were so bad, because I was not listening anything. So I was not speaking properly, that the boys were laughing at me. I am talking you 50 years ago matter, when there were no hearing aid in Pakistan and not common in the international market. So I was just going to school, coming back, and let me salute, let me say may God bless you to my principal, Mr. Khatri of Ghulam Ali Abbas School. When I was in the matriculation, he, along with Marhum Yusuf Qasim Mitha, they imported especially for me, by undergoing all the import formalities, a big size hearing aid for me. Then I came in the voice word, in the word of voice, and I started listening. Then gradually, my pronunciation were developing and becoming better. But at that time, I was a boy with a lack of self-confidence, how to communicate with the people, how to talk with the people, whether I will be successful or not, whether some lady will marry me or not, whether my disease will go to my children or not. But today, only and only due to the proactive mission of my remaining life, I am successful to an extent. I am struggling to be successful. By today, I have undertook more than 200 training programs in my country Pakistan and in abroad. Still today, I am wearing the hearing aid that is behind the ear. In my both the ears, I am wearing it. Because, so these are not fulfilling my natural requirement, but even then I am struggling. Why I have taken you into confidence? I am not sorry for that, but I am giving you a motivation. I am giving you a deep motivation that you can be more successful than me with your perfect eyes, perfect ears, perfect hands and perfect legs. You can be more successful than me. So I am giving you a motivation. So only by proactive mission of my remaining, when I can be successful to an extent, I have just shared with you my example. So I tell you, tonight, all my youth and all my old brothers and sisters, take a little while of 10 minutes and write down with your own pen in your own diary my mission, my proactive mission of my remaining life. And I salute you, you will take the first step toward success. Count down all the blessings of Almighty Allah that is with you. Never think that you are poor. You are the richest person of the world. Can I prove you are the richest person of the world? What is the value of your both eyes? What is the value of your both hands? Can I just now prove you are the richest person of the world? Who is the richest person of the world? The richest person of the world, according to the data, Bill Gates of Microsoft, or Rockefeller Morgan, who are the biggest gold manufacturers. Somehow I collect all their wealth and I hand over all the wealth to you, and I tell you, in exchange of that, I take out from your heart, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, Ya Muhammad. Are you ready for that? If you are not ready for that, that means you are richest person of the world. Because we value by exchange. I will give $100 if I can get the equivalent value, otherwise not. So when you are not ready to take the whole wealth of the world in exchange of your law of Muhammad or Ali Muhammad, that means you are the richest person of the world. So intensify your feeling. Come out with me, everybody, wherever you are listening to me. Count down your blessing. Count down your blessing. Intensify your feelings of thank to God. Thank God I have to perfect eyes, ears, legs. I am healthy. And the most precious gift, the love of Muhammad Ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Intensified. Make it your fist and repeat with me. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I can do it and I will do it, inshallah, with all these blessings. And Kaf, Ha, Ya, and Swat, Ha, Mim, and Sin, Kaf. And your both hands have been also powerful. May God bless you. Inshallah, we will meet next week, and by that time, surely you would have drafted your mission of your remaining life. May God bless you.